Me live stream. It is currently 3:28 in the afternoon on this lovely Monday. I'm actually at my old job and where I used to live a few years ago when I was here in Atlanta. I don't know if y'all heard, my stomach is literally growling. So I got a tropical smoothie. I used to work at Tropical Smoothie when I was a senior in high school. And the job was fine, but I was over it after a while. Not gonna lie. I remember I used to like leave school so that I could make it to work on time. I went to Grady High School and I literally would walk an hour and I would skip or just leave my last period class early just to come to work. It was terrible. The reason why I did that, that's a story for another day. But I literally like, whoa. And then I used to hate having to do like the dishes and just clean up everything. And so I started to do pour on purpose. And then they tried to fire me, but I slick just stopped coming. So that's how that worked. But everybody loved my smoothie though. Hi, Patty. Everyone loved the smoothie I would make for them. So no complaints in that department. Okay. 1 second. I'm going to type this up really quickly. Get this out the way. And then boom. Okay, boom. It is getting a little hot though. So let me just... Yeah, now we got some nice AC going. How was you guys' weekend? What did you guys do? I've been wearing a lot of orange lately. Orange is my color. And it's so funny because there's a guy outside of Tropical Smoothie. I don't really know what he's asking for, but he called me Miss Orange. He was like, Miss Orange. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta go. I gotta skedaddle. But I pray you guys had a great weekend. I had a really nice weekend. My voice tried to give out on me again, but we made it through. I went on a little date. Now remember, you guys said you guys like my story times. Y'all, this is about to piss me off. This is about to make me really sad. When I worked at, I'm sorry, I talk about 5 million things at one time. When I worked at Tropical Smoothie back in 2018, our kale slaw did not taste like this. This is a kale slaw from Tropical Smoothie. It's like ever since they changed the staff at Tropical Smoothies, it's just giving dry. It's giving dry. But I was here not too long ago, and it wasn't bad. But I don't know, I just feel like a rabbit. But what's in here is kale, carrots, cut up green apple, and whatever the dressing is. But it's giving dry, and I feel like I'm eating like a rabbit. And it really makes me sad. Like, don't you hate when you're so hungry and you get food and then it's just disgusting? I went to another Tropical Smoothie at a different location, and I'm never going there again in my life. Because they put no type of dressing on anything. It was just straight plant. That's what I get for talking shit. That's what I get. But no, this is nasty. I don't like it. I don't like it. Fortunately, there's not a gas station. There's a car wash right across the street. I actually like that car wash. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna finish it though. Yeah. There's someone parking by me. But yeah, anyways, I went on a date. What day was it? Saturday? And it was cool. The guy, I know the guy already. So, he hit me up just to meet. Had lamb chops. And it was cool. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. But then I ended up linking up with somebody after him. And I did not go to sleep. I didn't go to sleep until like 6 in the morning. So, but I had a good time. And then yesterday, Sunday, one of my girlfriends, I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was vlogging back in 2023, and I was living with my Aunt Celia before she passed away, there was a travel nurse that stayed with us. Her name was Lyric. And she lives in Dallas now, and I love her. She is in town visiting, and it was her birthday. So we went out to lunch. We went to Seasons 52. I don't know if they have a Seasons 52 where you guys live. I don't know how many Seasons 52s they have, actually. But it's a really nice, cool restaurant if you guys ever get the chance to go. I've been a few times. Yeah, no. Yeah, Celia, my Aunt Celia. Celia wasn't my biological auntie, but she was part owner of the dance studio that I started my dance training at. And I ended up moving in with her because it was just a better situation. And she had liver cancer, and unfortunately she passed away in like 9 months. It was a very fast death, and it just made me dislike hospitals even more, honestly. It really did. This is so dry. Every bite I take just makes me so disappointed. Wow. But yeah, so you know, in Atlanta we have Emory, right? I don't like Emory. And this is just some knowledge for everybody that's watching. But if you are really sick, and I think a lot of people are becoming aware of this now, America's medical system is so crazy. Like, people get better care in China. But what I don't understand, I mean, I get that in America everything is for money. I get that. But won't you be prosperous if people are healthy? Because at the end of the day, people still are going to purchase veggies. They're going to purchase veggies. They're going to purchase herbs. They're going to purchase whatever they need. And how I look at it, that's an abundant thing. So I don't see why they feel like profiting off of people being sick when they can just profit off of people being healthy. And they don't got to charge an arm and a leg either for that. So that's kind of crazy. Hi, you're from India. Hi, India. I still have yet to try Indian food. there's several Indian restaurants here in Atlanta, but I don't know. I just haven't been to one yet. I don't even know what Indian dish I would want to try. And I've seen like street Indian food on TikTok. But yeah, I don't know what Indian dish should be the first dish that I try. I should look on TikTok and see what's a good like Indian restaurant in Atlanta that people like to go to. I'm trying to open my palette. You say you missed me? I miss you guys too. I miss you guys too. It's only been a few days. It's been a few days. I'm just ready for my throat to be 100%. Like, I'm still dealing with congestion issues, and it's so annoying. But y'all, I don't know what you guys have planned today, but if it's pretty outside today, please go outside. Go outside. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy life. It's mad pretty outside in Atlanta today. It's so pretty. So, you say, where am I? I'm in Buckhead, Atlanta. Who is honking? And I'm just eating some tropical smoothie. Not they getting mad in the parking garage. I think someone's trying to get out, but someone's blocking them. Yo. It is never that deep. It is never that deep. They better chill out. Hi, Dravius. How are you? You say you're not married. I'm not married either. You're from Turkey? I've never been to Turkey. So who's that by my window? I don't know. I don't know these people. I know y'all, though. I don't know. It was just some guy that pulled up to go to the grocery store behind me. You said you watched my other 2 lives. Did you like it? I wonder, so do you guys go back and watch people's lives that you missed? I do that for Shira 7. I love Shira 7 down. And y'all, I have bad news. I feel like I'm going to have to get my other wisdom tooth pulled because I'm already feeling a little bit of discomfort. Like, I'm so sad. I'm already feeling discomfort. But I'm like, wait. But my first time getting my wisdom tooth pulled, I had a very peaceful experience. I'm not going to lie. I really, really enjoyed the anesthesia. Call me crazy, but I'm a Gemini. I think my favorite part about getting my wisdom tooth pulled was the anesthesia. I like that I'm not able to remember anything. And I don't know if that's just because, you know, I also smoke, so I like to be high anyway. So I just I just wonder, like, am I loco? Am I loco? You said you're hungry? You should get some food. You said come to India? Which part of India, north or south? But yeah, no. I had a great first experience getting my wisdom tooth pulled. My doctor, don't remember his name, but love him. And my healing process, if you guys watched my lives, I took y'all along with me. I mean, it wasn't really bad. I ate what I wanted still, and I just ate on the other side of my cheek. I don't listen. I listen, but I don't listen. But yeah, this is giving me discomfort, and I don't like that. But what we have here, you guys, from Tropical Smoothie, this is their chicken bacon ranch flatbread. Now, although their coleslaw tasted like rabbit food, this I don't think is gonna taste like rabbit food. I think this is gonna be perfectly dressed in ranch. Okay. I'm at Tropical Smoothie. Oh my god. It's not bad. No, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's very much toasted though. I don't know, man. 2018 was just different. Like I just feel like Atlanta in 2018, everything was just different. The food at the restaurants I went to just different. You said let you ask Siri. What you gonna ask Siri? What Tropical Smoothie is? Man, listen. When I worked at Tropical Smoothie, I disliked that job so much. I definitely was eating food for free. And we would make smoothies. I would eat fruit with peanut butter. I would get the guys to make me like food. I did not care. After a point, like that was me though with jobs in high school, or even like after I graduated high school, I would get so over a job after like the first 1 to 3 months. Then I would start acting crazy. Am I the only person like that? I'd be over it. I swear, I'd be over it after 3 months. Because that whole having to be there at this time and get paid for this to be there at this time and stay there. But I will say, one of my favorite jobs I had was Hooters. And I don't think I ever told you guys that. But yeah, I used to work at Hooters. Hooters was my first like job. Not my first, my last job. And that was in 2020 before they put us on lockdown. But yeah, I was at Hooters for a few months. Hooters on Peachtree. And unfortunately, they closed the Hooters on Peachtree location here in Atlanta. I don't know why, but yeah. And I was a hostess at Hooters. But all the girls that were there were really cool. I'm still friends on Instagram with a few of them. But working at Hooters was really cool. I would charge people to charge their phones and stuff like that. But it's funny because when I was at Hooters, I wasn't aware that, like, I don't know, I wasn't consciously aware that I'm getting paid to look good. You know, at the time, I just needed a job and I needed to get back on my feet. But it did not hit my consciousness like, oh yeah, you gotta look good. You got hired because you look good, and people are paying you because you look good. I didn't think of it like that. Not at all. But before I went to Hooters, I was trying to get hired at Twin Peaks. But they didn't hire me. And reflecting back on it, I see why they didn't. I think I was too natural for them. Like, when I got hired at Hooters, you know, I had my natural hair out and stuff like that. But I feel like at Twin Peaks, they wanted me to be a bit more dolled up. And during that time, I wasn't really like a dolled up person. Even when I started stripping, I wasn't super dolled up. I didn't wear like weave like that or anything. How I look right now is a totally different person from when I first started. But it's funny because everybody and their mama was telling me to give up my glasses. But the glasses have been the main thing I've kept. And it's been one of my greatest money makers. For sure. The only thing I changed about myself was just how I carry myself. And I just have a more mature look. But I haven't lost my innocence. Because that's just me. You know. Hi, how are you? Happy Monday. But yeah, if you guys go to Tropical Smoothie, get the chicken bacon ranch flatbread. It's really good. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. But yeah, we have a very eventful week this week, you guys. Tomorrow, we're celebrating one of our friends in dance class. And then she's having her birthday party on Sunday. So make sure you guys are subscribed to me because I'm probably going to go live while I'm at her house. But the theme for her birthday party is like the 20s. So I have to find like a flapper dress and stuff like that. So I don't know. I got to go to some thrift stores and see if they have any. I got to get the shoes. It's giving Great Gatsby. It's giving Great Gatsby. And I like Great Gatsby, actually. I don't remember the storyline, but I like Great Gatsby. I remember we had to read that book in high school. And I gotta figure out what gift to give her. Oh, yeah. Also, what did I do? You guys know how I have a dog, right? So, Peppa is in heat right now. And I'm ready for her to get done with this. Like, every August, September, my dog gets in heat. But I noticed that when she got older, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this. This might be too much information, TMI. But have you guys ever seen a dog's uterus? Or urethra, whatever, I don't know. Just out. Like, you know how male dogs have, like, their penises? And women dogs, like, they have, I don't know, their uterus? I don't know, but it's just sticking out. But my first time seeing that happen was last year. Very much disgusted. Very much so. And that's never happened before. My whole life having her, I've never, like, noticed that. So I don't know if that's because of age. I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, PetSmart, they don't groom your dog if your dog is in heat. So, I'm like, well, I gotta give Peppa a bath myself then because she needs one. It took me an hour to bathe her. But I'm so appreciative that my friend apartment complex, they have a doggy bath. So I used it. It was really nice too. And the water was cold, so I felt bad for my pet. But it took an hour for me to try to tangle her. And I'm like, this is why I pay for it. This is why I pay for it. Because having to, like, bathe a dog, especially when your dog has curly hair, and you gotta detangle, you gotta brush, like, it's a whole process. It's a whole process. Hi, Jim. Jim, you have a great day, too. Hi, Yeshua. Hi, Chadley. And we have what? R&B me. R&B me. I'm going to assume that you like R&B music. Their flatbread today. I'm gonna rate their food today a 5 out of 10. They can do better. They could do better. The meat and stuff is fine. It's just the bread. And the only reason why I chose tropical smoothie is because I wanted something a bit light. I didn't want anything too heavy or too crazy. Because I was going to get a burger. Then I was like, Oh, yeah. Also, I found a new trainer. So we're going to see how that goes. The other trainer I had, I only sessioned with him a few times. And I'm really sad that I won't be training with him anymore. But, the gym that I was a member at, I just didn't see it beneficial after the summertime. Like, after the summertime, the rooftop pool won't be closed and stuff. So, you know, my feelings gonna get hurt. So I just found a new trainer. And I find it so interesting. Like, a lot of personal trainers are ex-athletes. Nothing wrong with it. But it's just so interesting. Because I wonder, like, when people become athletes, do they become athletes and then get regular jobs? Or do they get, like, or do they all become personal trainers? Like, how does an ex-athlete maintain the wealth? But then when I think about it, I'm like, oh, well, are all athletes millionaires? Like, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Like, for a football team that has so many players, it's like, is it only a certain amount of teammates that become the millionaires and then everybody else is just there? There's a wasp on my car. There's a wasp on my car. And he's just chilling on top of my car. I pray that he goes away, because I promise you, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to freak out. There was one time I was driving, you guys, and a wasp got in my car, and I literally stopped. Like, I was in downtown Atlanta, and I stopped in the middle of the road, and I pulled off somewhere. I was about to have a whole heart attack. I don't play with those things, okay? Me and wasps, me and bugs in general, like. But it's so funny to me, because as humans, it's like, why are we afraid? Why are we afraid of bugs? And they're like this little. But some of them are so little and so dangerous, though. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. See, this is what hurts my feelings. I hate when bread is so tough on the end. I don't like that. This is why I just get my salad from Chopped, because Chopped is consistent, depending on what location you go to. But Chopped, for the most part, is consistent. Do you know Dr. Vena? No, who's that? Who's Dr. Vena? Hold on, you guys. Let's see. I need to I need to head down south, so let's see. Okay, perf. Okay, perf. Hi, Berta. How are you? You guys want to take a trip? Let's take a trip. As long as my phone doesn't overheat, because you know how Apple's products, I don't know why Apple's products just get heated so quickly. I gotta keep my phone somewhere so it can stay heated. How am I? I'm doing great, babe. How about you? I'll be able to read the comments on my other phone for sure. I don't know if it's because of the type of case I have or something. I don't know. But let's skedaddle, shall we? I'm gonna try to not hit this sign. Okay. Alrighty. O'Reilly Auto Parts. No. Is that the right song now that I think about it? Is it O'Reilly Auto Parts? Have y'all ever been to O'Reilly Auto Parts? You said, don't tell me both phones are iPhones. They are. Are you team Android? Are you team Android? How do y'all feel about the new Samsungs that came out? They said that they have the flip phone now. Dr. Vanna is the best veterinary doctor. Where is she located? Is she in America or is she in India? That sounds like India. So you don't care, actually. But yeah, no. So Apple has new phones coming out. The iPhone 17. And one of the phones is oh, that's his table. Okay, so I don't know, for those that have been watching me since the beginning of the live, do y'all remember I was saying there was a guy calling me Miss Orange? He's doing suicide awareness stuff, and he said he had a table, but I was confused on where the table was. Yeah, I was confused on where the table was. But now that I'm driving, I see the table. But yeah, anyways, so one of the iPhone 17s is orange, and as you guys know, orange is my favorite color. So I was like, should I get it? But a lot of people are thinking of getting the Samsung because it's a flip phone. Oh, she's pretty. But yeah, do any of you guys have that flip phone? And it's really pretty too. Like, I've seen people on TikTok like decorate it and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Apple ends up coming out with the flip phone. That would actually go crazy if Apple had a flip phone. Oh no, it's an ambulance. But yeah. But me growing up though, I've always wanted those pear phones from Nickelodeon. I just always wanted one. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Those pear phones look amazeballs. Ah! Uh-oh. Sorry. I didn't mean to drop you guys. But yeah, I think I would be more of a fan of a pear phone than anything. But I know if I had a flip phone, the way I would hang up with people. But it's funny because my phone stays on Do Not Disturb like 24/7, 25/8. So I really wouldn't be getting calls anyway. But if I were to get calls, yeah, Yeah, folks would definitely be getting the clink. Oh, what you say? Clink. You said flip phones suck. Why do you think that? Why do you think flip phones suck? What's wrong with flip phones? Now you gotta tell the people, now you gotta tell the chat why you don't like flip phones. I'm like, have I ever had a flip phone? But now I'm trying to think. I think, no. So I had like a BlackBerry or something. Was it a BlackBerry? I think it was a BlackBerry. It was just like the keyboard. Yeah, the keyboard, it was like small. It was like a rectangle square. And it just had the keyboard. Yeah, I just had the keyboard on the thing. Yo, this is random, but I told my friends this earlier, but I'm gonna tell y'all too. I don't desire children, right? Like, I think everybody should know that at this point. I don't desire children, but the way that my heart got so warm earlier today when I was seeing the people pick up their babies from the school bus, I thought it was the most cutest, wholesome thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. I was like, wow, this is so sweet. The little Hispanic babies, because I live by like a bunch of like Mexicans and stuff, and they just be chilling, minding their own business, but I absolutely love them. Like, I love them. And I just thought it was so cute just seeing the moms and the dads just wait for their babies. It was like the most wholesome thing I've seen today. And it just made my heart so warm. And then it made me think, I was like, you know, I can see myself waiting for a child at the school bus. But the thing about it, though, is like there's certain moments where having a kid is nice. But that's why I don't need children, because it's like I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be tired. You gotta feed them. You gotta find babysitters. Having kids is such like an investment. Having a child is not a joke. You know what I mean? And I really, really want to ensure that me not desiring children isn't from a traumatic standpoint, but more so me just being aware. Like, I would rather make sure that I'm set and I'm in a healthy relationship and everything else before I just pop a kid out my vagina. But then I also generally don't desire to have a kid in my body. Like, the most pain I can tolerate is my laser hair removal. And then depending on how I'm feeling, I can get through tattoo sessions. You know what I mean? But giving birth, oh my gosh. But it's so funny because everybody's body is different. So some women can give birth and they don't feel nothing, or they enjoy how it feels. But I don't know, man. I give the utmost respect to every parent in the world, because that's a whole investment. Having a kid is no joke. Having a kid is literally no joke, because you gotta put them over you. There's no selfishness. I would teach my kid how to be selfish, though, for sure. I'm team girl too. Like, I would love to have daughters. I feel like having a little mini like Courtney J would be so cute. And if she had like dimples and stuff like me too, like, it'll just be even cuter. Like, that's my twin for real. and I wouldn't play about her, and I would teach her how to not let anybody play with her either. Like, we're not doing that. And then I would also make sure that my kids were set so that they won't have to worry or stress about anything either. Like, nope, your purpose is to just enjoy life, live in your passions, and treat other people with respect and love. And don't get used either, because But then also, I'm not a big fan of how the world is right now. Like, I love my life. I love my life in every phase that I've been in my life. I love my life. I'm sorry, y'all just gonna keep on falling because I'm trying to keep y'all here. But I generally do enjoy my life in every stage that I've been in. But we got to keep it real. The way that we grew up, the TV shows we grew up on, the activities we used to do, I just feel like we grew up in a great time. I'm 24. I was born in 2001. So it's like the 90s babies or the early 2000 babies, we had a really great childhood. It's unfortunate, though, that the people that we grew up watching were going through it. But we literally had a really great childhood. We had great shows. We had great art. We had activities. Quality of life was just different. So if I was to have kids, I would literally have them watch all the shows I grew up watching. And if they were to stumble across new stuff, okay, fine. But the first thing they gonna hear is the Backyardigans. Your backyard friends, the Backyardigans. I love the Backyardigans. The Backyardigans is one of my favorite animation shows. And they're gonna watch the old version of stuff, not the new AI stuff. They're gonna watch the OGs. My kids are gonna know about the OGs. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. I bet y'all, I didn't mean to cut y'all off. My bad. But yeah, no, my kids, they're gonna watch The Fairly Odd Parents. They're gonna watch OG SpongeBob. I'm gonna even put them on to like certain movies when they're like a little bit older. I mean, in my defense, in regards to like scary movies and stuff like that, I was young watching scary movies, and I love scary movies to this day. So I don't feel like I would be like a parent that would be like, oh, you can't watch this because you're too young. Whatever I was able to watch at a young age, I'm going to let my babies watch. I'm going to let them watch for sure. Because I think it helps build character. I think it helps build character. I want my babies to watch Scary Movie. Y'all know the Scary Movie parody? I want my kids to watch those movies so that they can have a sense of humor. You know? And then they can also learn, like, not to take everything seriously. You said put them on to Shrek and Cat in the Hat? Absolutely. Absolutely. Did y'all see the new Cat in the Hat that they were trying to make? Well, not were. They did make it. I think it's going to be in theaters soon. Speaking of which, I need to watch Weapons. That has nothing to do with the Cat in the Hat. But, uh-oh. Yeah, that has nothing to do with the Cat in the Hat, but I just thought about it because I'm thinking about movie theaters. Did anybody else watch Weapons? And if you did you like it? I hear that it was a good movie. I think I had a dream about Weapons. I be having dreams, y'all. I've been having interesting dreams lately, actually. But I can't really recall what's been happening in my dreams. But I've been dreaming. And I think weapons was one of my dreams. Either I had a dream about weapons, or I saw weapons somewhere and I just forgot that I saw it, like, in real life. I don't know. Maybe I'm like quantum leaping or jumping or something. I don't know. I don't know. But I heard that it was a good movie though, so I want to watch it. I haven't watched a good scary movie in a minute in theaters. I think the last like thriller horror type movie I watched in theaters was Sinners. So yeah, it was Sinners. You said, what car do I drive? I don't want to share what kind of car I have on the internet. Sorry. But no, I love my car though. I have a really nice car. It's a mini SUV. I have a mini SUV, and yeah, it's great. It's great. I can tell you the brand though. I have a Hyundai, and I like Hyundai. I really do. I really enjoy this car. I have a Hyundai mini SUV. Oh, boo. Are you gonna let me? You're gonna let me over? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. But yeah, I'm happy that I listened to my father figure, because my father figure was telling me, he was like, you need to get a car that's reliable. Like, when I first got my car, I've had this car since 2023. January 2023 is when I got my car. And he was telling me that you need to get a car that's reliable. So a lot of people were saying like Toyota or a Hyundai or Honda. And you say you're not bad. I'm screaming. But yeah, I have a Hyundai Kona. And it's a good car. I just told you what kind of car I have, by the way. It's a good car. I think if anyone's watching and thinking about getting a car, first car, I know I have younger people that watch me too. I generally do believe, I don't even know what lane I'm supposed to be in. But no, the Hyundai Kona, it has a sport mode. I don't use my sport mode. I be forgetting that, but I'm sorry, I done dropped y'all like 10 times. This is the most realistic stream you'll ever watch. But anyways, but yeah, no, so my car has a sport mode, and I don't use the sport mode. I don't have a need for speed like that. I need to get over. Thank you. Yeah, my car has a sport mode. I don't use it because I don't have a need for speed. I'll let other people handle that. And it's the perfect amount of space. I didn't want a car because I just know me. And when it's time to pack, or when it's time to just do anything that regards packing or shopping, I need space. I need my space. So that's really why I wanted to get like a mini SUV. I didn't want a truck or anything because that would be too big. But I've driven trucks before. Like Auntie Celia, she had a GMC truck, and she was so trustworthy. And that's what you need. Like, I really miss Celia. RIP my Auntie Celia. Because when I first started to live with her, I didn't have my car yet. But she was like, you can drive my truck. And I'm like, you trust me to drive your truck? And at this time, my cousin that I was staying with, she was helping me drive. Like, she was teaching me like how to drive in Atlanta and get comfortable driving in Atlanta and stuff like that, because I wasn't driving in Charlotte. So my cousin helped me, you know. But then when I moved in with Celia was like, yeah, you can just drive my GMC truck. And if you know how big GMCs are, then you know how big GMCs are. But when you have someone that trusts you, it's important to have people that have faith and trust you, okay? Like Celia was one of the main people that had faith and trust in me, and my inner child just adored her. And it's so ironic, like from a spiritual aspect, I find it so interesting. I lived with my auntie Celia before she passed. I lived with her for 9 months. So I was able to experience the last 9 months of her life. And you know, typically whenever a woman is with child, the baby's in the womb for 9 months. So I feel like I can choose to look at it from a spiritual aspect. Like, okay, me staying with her was a form of rebirth for me. And even though her life ended physically, her spirit is forever. But you know what they say is like new birth. When someone dies, another person is what they say. And I was just telling myself a few days ago, I was just telling myself that I feel like living with my Aunt Celia was something that my inner child needed, because I didn't have to worry about like bills. My rent living with her was like $600 something. You know, that was nothing. She helped me get my car, and she worked for the CDC too, and she had her own office in the house and things like that. I had my own room and bathroom. My friend BB, it was all of us living together too. BB had her own room and bathroom. So everybody had their own space. Everybody literally, okay, this car is too close to me. Okay. But yeah, everybody had their own space. And, you know, she was part owner of the dance studio. And she just cared about me just pursuing my passions for real. She really did. And I didn't grow up in that. I didn't grow up where I was able to just focus on what made me happy. My mom and my sister, they wanted to teach me, well, my sister especially, they wanted to teach me discipline. So I just learned how to pay bills. And I mean, in a sense, that's good, because even now I'm like, okay, I'm always gonna have a roof over my head. I'm never gonna struggle for anything. I'm gonna always make sure that I'm straight. But then after a while, especially now in times, it's like you realize, like, no, like you can live a life outside of just what they told you you had to do to pay your bills. Like, no, there's more to life than just working to pay bills, y'all. And I was able to discover that before my older figures could. And I really just appreciate Celia for just giving me that experience for the 9 months, like a rebirth, a reborn. But then when she passed away and I had to get back into my own space, I got back into like that survival mode on the slick. But yeah, you know, that's a part of my life experience. Everybody adds onto your life in different ways. So Celia was mine, and I love her to pieces. And it's interesting because her birthday is an angel number, 7/11, July 11th. And then her middle name was Angeline, so it was like Celia Angeline Tolles, and it had angel in it. Just so many synchronicities, for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. But yeah, you guys, I think I am going to enjoy the last few minutes of my drive and listen to Shira 7, Sprinkle Sprinkle. And yeah, I love you guys so much. So shout out to everybody that ate with me and then drove with me for a little minute. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because I'll be getting on live tomorrow. We have dance class. I'm so excited to dance. And all is well and well is amazing on this beautiful floating rock that we call Earth. And I'll see you guys next time.